basically, this is the only instrument I have, but you want to improve your tone in a brass instrument. The easiest way, and the first tip that I'll give you, is hold the note. So for example, B flat in the trombone, might sound weird. If you can't hold the note for 30 seconds, fix your armature, make sure you have water, make sure the air is being pushed properly, hold the note. That's my biggest tip. You don't even actually need the horn, you can just... If you can hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, you should be able to change to it or at least play the note. This is muscle memory, making sure that you take your lips off of the mouthpiece, so unadjust them and then see, there was a little difference there. There shouldn't be that. So this next one I have to stand up for because it involves singing. Basically, if you're in a choir, you'll understand this, but if you're gonna make a note through any brass instrument, something that I tell people that I help and that they don't get until they do it. So you might want to actually try this to understand what I'm saying, but just sing a note. So I'm not in a choir, but I'm okay at singing it. So like, for example, a high B flat. That was not a high B flat. If you sing the note and then you play the note into the instrument, that was way higher than a high B flat, but you get what I mean. I'm super out of tone. I'm not that great at trombone, but yeah, if you sing the note and then you play it in the instrument, for whatever reason, it's the same muscles that you use in your throat and in your mouth. And when you play out, it's weird, your brain kind of already gets it. So that might help you if you're having trouble like using the first tip, for example, and you can't get the pitch right or whatever. Just feel those muscles and then when you play it or whatever, you get what I mean. Honestly, I have seen people do that and it fixes everything in seconds. I mean, it might fix a note that they were never able to hit before. For me, it's the really high notes. Like, tip is probably going to help you more when you're actually trying to play the note in the music. So once you've done the first tip, if you do the first tip, so for example, holding a B flat, cool. Now swap the note to the next note in the music, or just mess it up if you're just trying to hit a note. So for example, play a low B flat. Let's say you're trying to play a low B flat, but then play a high B flat and then play a low one again and see if you can actually hit the note twice. So see how I can change it? If you're not able to do that, you can play the note, but you can't move the note, if you get what I mean. That sometimes will make it, super easy to figure out music that you're trying to play. And honestly, I've seen it help a lot of people, but make sure you can play the note and then make sure that you can switch it and come back to it. I suggest doing that for very low, very high, and really making sure you can bounce back to the note. People will skip over this and they don't really care, but make sure you're doing the basic stuff right. Make sure your armature is correct without a mouthpiece too. People think that using the mouthpiece will help, but honestly you have to do it without it before you get it. So make sure your posture is right when you're sitting or standing, when you're playing, you're marching, you've got your arms up like this. Make sure your back is straight, make sure the air is moving through your body. That's why people say that so much. And make sure that you can blow air straight, the higher notes down. That's all you need. That's something that people skip over all the time. Sometimes all people want to do is they're like, yeah, I can play trombone, and they do this and they're like, you can't do that. Obviously, I was satire, but like, you can't do that because when you're not ready, when you're not letting your brain understand we're about to play the instrument, your brain's not going to respond how you want it to respond. So make sure that you check yourself before you start playing, no matter what. Lick your lips, get ready to actually play, because if you just grab your instrument, you're not going to play it correctly, and you're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute, I can't do that, because you're not ready. So check everything before you start playing. Well, that's the end of the video. If any of these tips have helped you, please like and subscribe, check some of the socials out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope these help. Bye.